Raymond is 78 years old, and last Tuesday, he got a phone call that shattered everything. He was eating breakfast, toast, coffee, the newspaper open to a page he wasn't really reading. Nothing special about the morning, just another Tuesday in a long line of Tuesdays. The phone rang. He didn't recognize the number, almost let it go to voicemail. But something made him answer. A woman's voice, young, shaky. "Uncle Ray, it's me, it's Sarah." He hadn't heard from his niece in years, not since the last awkward Christmas card, the one with no return address. She was crying. Dad died last night. Raymond sat down slowly. The chair scraped against the kitchen floor. He didn't say anything, couldn't find the words. Sarah kept talking. Heart attack, quick, he didn't suffer. They found him in the morning, sitting in his chair, like he just fell asleep. Raymond heard himself asking questions. When is the funeral? Where? What time? But his mind was somewhere else entirely.
25 years. That's how long it had been since Raymond spoke to his brother William. Billy, everyone called him. Billy, who used to follow him around as a kid. Billy, who Raymond taught to ride a bike, to throw a football, to tie a tie before his first job interview. Billy, who he hadn't seen since their mother's funeral. A quarter of a century, 9,000 days. And now, there would be no more chances. Raymond hung up the phone and sat in the silence of his kitchen. The coffee had gone cold. Outside, a garbage truck rumbled down the street. He looked at the empty chair across him. His wife Eleanor used to sit there before she passed 8 years ago. She always told him to call Billy, to fix things. "Life is short, Ray," she would say. "You don't know how much time you have." He never listened. Raymond has lived long enough to understand something most people learn too late. Pride is expensive, and the bill always comes due.
Their mother died in the spring of 1999. She had been sick for 2 years. Raymond lived 20 minutes away, so he handled everything. The doctors, the medications, the paperwork. He drove her to appointments, sat with her during treatments, held her hand when she was scared. He watched her shrink, watched her forget names, then faces, then how to feed herself. Watched her look at him one day and ask who he was. That moment still wakes him up at night. Billy lived 3 hours away. He visited when he could, which wasn't often. Once a month at first, then every few months, then only holidays. There was always an excuse. Work, the kids, something that came up. Raymond told himself he understood. Billy had a job, a family, responsibilities. But understanding and forgiving are not the same thing. After the funeral, there was the house to deal with, their childhood home, the place where they learned to walk, where they fought over toys, where their father taught them to play chess on winter evenings. 40 years of memories packed into 3 bedrooms and a basement full of boxes. Someone had to handle it. Raymond did.
He sorted through decades of belongings, found buyers for furniture, cleaned out closets, attics, the garage where their father used to work on cars. He found birthday cards they made as children, report cards with their mother's handwriting in the margins, a box of photographs nobody had looked at in 30 years. It took him 3 months. 3 months of memories and dust and grief nobody else seemed to share. When it was done, he sat down with Billy to divide what was left. That's when things fell apart. Billy thought Raymond had taken more than his share. The house had sold for less than expected, and Billy questioned where the money went. He accused Raymond of keeping things, of making decisions without asking, of treating their mother's memory like it belonged to him alone. Raymond couldn't believe what he was hearing. After everything he had done, 2 years of his life, 2 years of watching their mother disappear piece by piece, while Billy showed up twice a year with flowers and apologies about traffic. The argument lasted 2 hours. It moved from the kitchen to the living room to the front porch. Years of small resentments came out, things that had nothing to do with money. Not really.
Raymond remembers the exact moment it ended.
They were standing by Billy's car. The sun was setting. The air smelled like cut grass and something burning in a neighbor's yard. Billy's voice was quiet, tired. "You always thought you were better than me," he said. "Even when we were kids. You always had to be right, always had to win." Raymond looked at his younger brother, the kid he had protected in schoolyards, the teenager he had bailed out of trouble more than once, the man who was now looking at him like a stranger. "Maybe I was." The words came out before he could stop them. Cold. Final. Billy didn't yell, didn't argue. He just nodded slowly, like something had finally been confirmed, like a door had closed and locked. He got in his car and drove away. He didn't look back. Raymond stood in the driveway until the taillights disappeared around the corner. That was the last time they spoke. 25 years of silence began that evening. Neither of them knew it would last forever.
Raymond has a friend named Earl. They met at church years ago and fell into the habit of coffee on Saturday mornings. Two old men talking about nothing in particular. Earl had his own story. He and his sister hadn't spoken for nearly a decade. Some argument about their father's care, who did enough, who didn't. The details were different, but the shape was the same. One day, Earl told Raymond he was going to call her. Raymond asked him why, after all this time. Earl stirred his coffee slowly, looked out the window at the parking lot. "Because she's my sister," he said, "and being right isn't worth losing her." Earl made the call. His sister cried. They talked for 3 hours, said things they should have said years ago. The next month, he drove to see her. They had dinner, looked at old photographs, laughed about things from childhood they hadn't thought about in years. She died 2 years later. Cancer. But Earl was there, holding her hand at the end. "I didn't call to win," Earl told Raymond later. "I called because I missed her. The rest didn't matter." Raymond nodded. He understood. But understanding and doing are not the same thing either. Raymond listened to Earl's story and felt something twist in his chest. He knew what he should do. He almost called Billy that night. Picked up the phone, even dialed the number from memory. His fingers remembered it perfectly, even after all those years. Then he set the phone down. "Not yet," he told himself. "Maybe next week. Let me think about what to say first." The weeks turned into months. The months became years. Raymond's excuses evolved. "Billy knows where I am. If he wanted to talk, he'd call. I'm not going to beg. He's the one who should apologize." Once, he wrote a letter, 3 pages front and back, explaining everything he felt, everything he had done for their mother, everything he wished had gone differently. He wrote about the fishing trips, the chess games, the years when they were best friends. He read it over, folded it carefully, and put it in a drawer. He never sent it. There's a kind of silence between people who used to be close. It's not empty. It's heavy. Full of everything unsaid, everything unforgiven, everything lost. Raymond felt that weight every holiday. Every time he saw brothers in a restaurant laughing over beers. Every time someone asked if he had siblings. "I have a brother," he would say, "down in Virginia." He stopped adding the rest. The funeral was on a Saturday. Raymond drove 3 hours in silence. No radio, just the sound of tires on asphalt and 25 years of memories he couldn't escape. He almost turned around twice. What right did he have to be there? He hadn't earned a place in that church. But he kept driving. The church was small. White paint, wooden pews, maybe 50 people inside. Raymond stood in the back, near the door, like a stranger at someone else's grief. He watched people talk about his brother. Colleagues from Billy's job said he was generous, always helping others. Neighbors who lived on his street for decades said he was kind, the type who shoveled your driveway without being asked. A man about Raymond's age called Billy his best friend. Raymond didn't know any of them. His brother had built an entire life Raymond knew nothing about. Friends, routines, favorite restaurants, inside jokes. A whole world that existed without him. After the service, Sarah found him. She looked like her father. Same eyes, same way of tilting her head when she listened. "I'm glad you came," she said. Raymond nodded. He didn't trust his voice.
Sarah took him to Billy's house, a small place with a neat yard. Books everywhere, fishing gear in the garage, a dog that kept looking toward the door like it was waiting for someone who wasn't coming back. She led him to a spare room Billy used as an office. "I found something," she said. "I think you should see it." On the desk was a box. Inside were photographs, not from childhood, from later. A fishing trip the brothers took in their 30s, both of them sunburned and laughing, holding up bass they caught that morning. A family reunion before their mother got sick. Billy's wedding, with Raymond standing next to him as best man, both of them looking young and hopeful. All of it saved, organized, labeled with dates in Billy's handwriting. Sarah watched Raymond's face. "He talked about you sometimes," she said quietly, when he'd had a few drinks. "He used to say you were his best friend growing up, that he didn't know how things got so broken." Raymond held a photograph of the two of them by the lake, grinning like idiots, proud of those fish. He remembered that day. Billy's terrible jokes, the sandwiches their wives packed, the drive home singing along to the radio, windows down, summer air blowing through the car. That was 3 years before their mother died. Before everything fell apart.
Raymond set the photograph down carefully. He thought about all the times he almost called. The letter in the drawer, still there after all these years. The excuses that felt so reasonable at the time. He thought about Earl, who swallowed his pride and got 2 more years with his sister. 25 years. That's what it cost Raymond to be right. Sarah drove him back to his car after sunset. They stood in the parking lot for a moment, 2 people connected by someone they both lost. "Can I call you sometime?" she asked. "I don't have much family left." Raymond looked at his niece, a piece of Billy that still existed in the world. "I'd like that," he said. Now Raymond visits his brother's grave once a month. He brings coffee, 2 cups. He talks to Billy about the weather, about the news, about nothing in particular, the things brothers talk about. He knows Billy can't hear him. He knows it's too late. But he goes anyway. Being right cost Raymond his brother. He would give anything to be wrong and have Billy back. Don't wait 25 years to learn what Raymond learned. The people you love won't be here forever, and neither will you. If this story meant something to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more stories from people who learned the hard way, so you don't have to.